Hey, what's up, everyone? Joseph Lombard, aka Interesting4R, and I'm with Zachary Lombard, aka Magnum05.
Hello.
And welcome to another Lombard Bros talk show. This is the 91st talk show that we're doing. How is everyone's day? How is everyone's Thursday? Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since we've had our last talk show. Didn't have one last week because I was out of town in Charlotte. But we're back with another episode of the Lombard Bros talk show. Talk another hour of just stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, Zach, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So, Zach, officially, NASCAR Heat 3 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the release, and I'm excited. Well, actually, I already have the game. I've already been doing videos on it, but you know, we got a few more copies of the game coming in, and I know you're excited to try it out. Once they do come in, so we have so Zach and I. So I already have one copy of NASCAR Heat 3, and that's for PS4. Then I'm getting 2 more copies for the PS4 and 3 more copies for the Xbox One, because we have like 3 desks in here. So it's cool. Some people are gonna go to GameStop tonight or download the game tonight and play it. And then especially tomorrow, you know, is the big release for 704 Games with the NASCAR Heat 3. So if you guys want to get NASCAR Heat 3, you can still pre-order it. Pre-orders are going to be finished in a few hours. You can get it for $49.99 for the PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. So yeah, I'm excited about it. So I want to talk about my trip out to Charlotte, because last week I went to Charlotte to visit 704 Games. They invited me out to check out NASCAR Heat 3, just like when they invited us last year to check out NASCAR Heat 2. Well, they did the same thing this year. They wanted me to check out NASCAR Heat 3, give my thoughts on it, and NASCAR Heat 3 is a step up from NASCAR Heat 2. It definitely improved. Now, obviously, I don't know about the online side yet because the servers aren't up yet until tomorrow.
Right.
But from what I've been playing, it's a step up from NASCAR Heat 2. I'm honestly enjoying it. Career mode is on Legend difficulty. Career mode, you know, especially if you're on a 3-star team, it's hard, which, you know, people's been wanting their games to be harder with the difficulty aspect. Well, they certainly have done that. So they improved on the difficulty aspect of the game. So I like a challenge, even though 3-star team Legend difficulty ain't gonna perform well. But I've recorded several videos of the game already. Of course, that will be coming out more in the next week or two. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. 704 Games, you know, they extend their gaming license to 2029, so they got 11 more years to keep improving each game, which it's a lot of time. And so I want to give a shout out to 704 Games once again for inviting me out to Charlotte, North Carolina. Unfortunately, you couldn't go this year. You had other things to do, but maybe next year you can come back to Charlotte. We'll visit them for the next NASCAR game.
Yeah.
Because they're already talking about getting us back next year, which is cool. But yeah, 704 Games, you know, I know these guys have a lot of potential in them, and I hope they do succeed. They got till 2029 to improve on their games each year. I have full confidence that each game will be better and better and better. So what I'm excited about NASCAR E3 is, you know, they're trying the new series Dirt series, which is cool. I'm honestly enjoying the Dirt series, even though there's only 8 tracks in the Dirt series. It's fun. Who knows, maybe in the DLCs. I know in the DLCs they'll release more paint schemes, but I even mentioned to them that you should try adding like new tracks into the game. like a couple new tracks into the DLC and see how that goes. Even if it's for dirt, I think it would be pretty cool. So, yeah, so I feel like NASCAR Heat 3 is a step up from NASCAR Heat 2. It's more fun. The difficulty aspect is good. They polished the colors and the graphics of the game pretty well. There's just more to do on NASCAR Heat 3 as well. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about, my trip out to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Of course, on the other side of that discussion, see, my trip out to Charlotte, and, when I wasn't at 704 games, I went to, on Friday, I spent an extra day because, I had to do an interview with a talk show. They're called the RO Sports Talk. Basically, they are a sports talk show on Facebook. So I spent an extra day to have my interview with them. By the way, the RO Sports Talk Show is on Facebook. If you guys want to check them out, it's called the RO Sports Show. Maybe Mom can put the link in the chat so you guys could check out their Facebook page. I did an interview with them. My interview was 45 minutes into the show. It was about a good 20-minute interview. If you guys want to hear what I have to say. Mentioned about Lombard Bros Gaming, the sponsorship with Ryan Sieg Racing. Of course, we talked about this past weekend, NASCAR weekend at Darlington, and of course the upcoming weekend at Indianapolis. So, if you guys want to check it out, probably my mom will soon, maybe if she gets the chance, she'll put the link in the chat for you guys so you can check them out. Leave them a like. There it is. She put it in chat. So, like their Facebook page, and they have talked to me about getting me back on to do their interview soon. I don't know when, but I mentioned Zach a little bit too. Zach, I didn't realize you're coming up in December on your 5-year anniversary on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you started YouTube, right at the end of December. I mean, it was right at the end of the year, too.
Yeah.
It was late, really late, 2013. It was a few days before 2014 came along, so...
Yeah.
So, yeah, your 5-year anniversary is coming up. I just recently, a month and a half ago, had my 8-year anniversary on YouTube.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's cool. Anyways, the RO Sports Talk, RO Sports Show is in the chat now. You can click on the link and like their page. They mainly talk about sports stuff, and they always have a segment about NASCAR each week as well. So, anyways, but yeah, I went out there for an extra day on Friday to do that. And then I went to the NASCAR Hall of Fame afterwards for a couple hours. I actually got to meet a few fans there, too.
Oh, that's cool.
It seems like every time I go there, I meet up with fans. I mean, even last time you were in Charlotte, Zach, or I should say last time you were at the NASCAR Hall of Fame, a few fans even recognized us, too. Well, that was like the same weekend as the race at Charlotte, so obviously there's going to be a lot of people there,
Yeah.
But, we met a few fans that time, too, which was pretty cool. We got to meet Richard Petty as well.
Oh,
that
I know
was
that.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
the king
it was.
the king of NASCAR, we got to meet him. But yeah, we met a few fans there. I actually met a fan that was actually going to the NASCAR weekend at Darlington, so they stopped in Charlotte for the day while on their way up there and check out the Hall of Fame. And, I thought that was pretty cool. Got to get on the iRacing simulator there and race against a fan, too, so that was pretty cool. But anyways, so it's pretty cool. Like I said, spent an extra day in Charlotte doing that. And then ate at Buffalo Wild Wings afterwards. And then I had to get ready to go to the airport. Which, by the way, I will talk about my airport experience. Like I said, the trip itself at Charlotte was good. That was good. The traveling part is something I do want to talk about. And I'll probably talk about that after the first segment of questions and stuff. But we are 10 minutes into the talk show. Shout out to those that are watching the talk show right now. Thank you all for stopping by and watching. Hope everyone's enjoying their day and enjoying their Thursday. So Zach, what have you been doing? Like, obviously, we didn't have a show last week, but maybe tell us about what you've been doing the past week or so.
Well, I've been basically spending most of the week filming videos on demo disc for PlayStation.
Wait, for PlayStation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Sony Japan is gonna end for PS2.
Yeah.
Did you see something about that?
Well, I've heard about it, but
Yeah, so I believe I can find it here on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. I can find it here. I know where it's at. Let's see. I gotta go. Hold on. Yeah. So Sony Japan. Oh yeah. Okay. So let me see. I'm gonna click on the article here. So apparently Sony Japan is finally saying goodbye to the PS2. Sony Interactive Entertainment's aftercare service for the PS2 in Japan is ending. While the console has been out for production since 2012. Really? That's how late the PS2 was in Japan? Jesus.
I guess so, because
while the console has been out of production in Japan since 2012. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sony Japan continued to service to the game machine, keeping it alive. Sony is now pulling the plug. Sony Japan asked PS2 owners to fill out online forums by August 31st to have their console fixed one last time. PS2 that arrived at the PlayStation Clinic Service Center in Iwate Prefecture after September 7th will not be serviced. Those who did not register online prior had until August 31st to send their console in. Customer support for the PS2 also officially ended that same day. The PS2 launched on March 4th, 2000 in Japan. It went to become the best-selling game console ever. I guarantee you, for Japan, obviously. But yeah, so this is not for the United States, it's for Japan. So yeah, Sony Japan is finally saying goodbye to the PS2. That means if your PS2 is broken in Japan, you can't get it fixed.
So basically, you're screwed.
You're basically screwed. Unless, like, if you just go to Amazon, just try to buy it off United States, have another one delivered to you. But, yeah. So I read that yesterday. Oh, by the way, Burt Reynolds passed away.
I've heard.
He's famously known for Smokey the Bandit, He passed away today. What, 82 years old?
Yeah, he was 82.
Yeah, that's a shame. Oh, wow! Another big news I just found on Twitter. Breaking news from Levine Family Racing. That's driver of the 95 for Casey Kane. Guys, hear this. Casey Kane, driver of the number 95 Chevrolet for Levine Family Racing, will not compete in this weekend's Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series event due to lingering effects from extreme heat exhaustion following last weekend's event.
Ooh.
Casey Kane not racing this weekend. He won at Indianapolis last year, and he is not competing this year because of extreme heat exhaustion.
Oh, wow. Following
last weekend's race at Darlington. Yeah, it was pretty hot at Darlington last week. It was humid. It was pretty humid. That's crazy. Hold on, I'm going to retweet that. Let's see.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's a shock. Wow, that story came out 10 minutes ago.
Oh, wow. Just 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, crazy. So Casey Kane will not compete this weekend's race at Indianapolis due to extreme heat exhaustion from following last weekend's race at Darlington. Dang, even a few days. Look, the race was on Sunday night?
Yeah.
And it's Thursday evening over there, and he's still feeling the effects. That's crazy. So I wonder who's going to be in that 95 car this weekend, if that's the case. Wow, that's crazy. That I was just because that's where I found the Sony Japan thing on Twitter, and I happened to get out of that article, and that was the first thing that popped up on my Twitter. Wow. Okay. So, hopefully Casey Kane can get well very soon. Hopefully he can be back at the racetrack for next weekend's race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So we're 15, and by the way, that just shows that NASCAR are athletes. Seriously. For those that says that NASCAR drivers are athletes, you look at that story right now. Anyways, we're 15 minutes of the talk show. Let's get on into some questions and answers. If you guys have any questions for me or for Zach or for the both of us, feel free, and we will, let's see what kind of questions we got. So, and let's see, questions we got. Questions. Joseph knows about heat exhaustion, just ask our mailbox. I like that. Dodgers World Series champs this year? I don't think so. To be honest with you, they've been on and off. I mean, they can turn things around in the playoffs, but the way they've been performing, they're not the same like last season, so I don't think so. Are you going to talk about Furniture Row Racing closing shops? Yeah, I want to talk about that for a little bit, but I talked about it pretty much during my podcast on Tuesday night, but maybe I'll just talk a little bit about it, give my thoughts a little bit about it. Let's see. Am I going to try the Blackout beta? For Black Ops 4, I'm excited about that. I'm gonna try it. I looked at, I saw the official map for it, and it looks cool. I'm going to give it a try once the beta comes. And I pre-ordered Black Ops 4, so I'll have an opportunity to play it. Whoa, Deshaun! Thank you for the, basically $15. The super chat. Nice. Thank you, buddy. Let's see. No, I'm not going to get Spider-Man for the PS4. I don't really play those games.
Yeah, neither do I.
No, I've not seen Christopher Robin yet. The Winnie the Pooh movie? No. And I'm not interested in it.
Yeah, neither am I. It's that as well.
I haven't seen Winnie the Pooh since like 4 or 5 years old. So.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's been that long.
About 20 years, yeah.
So, yeah, not gonna go watch it, and yeah, I'm not gonna get Spider-Man for the PS4.
All right, let's see.
You all right?
Yeah.
All right, any more questions, guys? Any more? Spend the day with Jeff Gordon or receive $1 million. Oh, dude, I'd rather receive $1 million than spend the day with Jeff Gordon. No offense, it would be awesome to spend the day with Jeff Gordon, but think how much you can do with $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Think how much you can do. Yeah. Sorry, Jeff Gordon.
Am I going to do a NASCAR Heat 3 Let's Play? Well, I'm going to be doing a hot lap on it soon, so...
Oh, dude, you should, like... Yeah. Hey, that should be your hot lap next week. I'm serious. Like, you know, it's...
Well...
I mean, you already recorded a hot lap for this week.
Yeah.
But maybe for next week. Who knows? Regan Smith will drive the 95 at Indianapolis. Has that been official? Is that official? I don't know, man. I'll find out, I guess. Yeah, Regan Smith. Yep, okay. Never mind. It's official. All right, never mind. I just had to scroll a few things on Twitter, and there it was. Let's see. Yeah, Toy Story 4 is coming out next year. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Definitely will see that. I've enjoyed the Toy Story movies, so I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Regan Smith is a good substitute driver. You know, when somebody's not going to be able to be in the car, Regan Smith is a good choice. And Regan Smith is a good replacement driver, too. He's a good substitute driver. He's pretty smart. All right, we're going to get back into some questions later on, but let's get back into some topics right now. So yeah, couple of things really quick before we show off your car sec. Well, I'll talk about one thing really quick.
Okay.
So yeah, Furniture Row Racing is officially shutting down at the end of the season. Team that has come a really long way since 2007. Basically started off nothing, and then they won the championship last season. And it's honestly, to me, a shock about hearing that that Furniture Row Racing is done after this season. It's just something I did not expect. If somebody would have told me that if someone would have told me at the beginning of the year or after they won the championship last year that Furniture Row Racing was going to shut down operations after this season, I would have laughed so hard at you. I would have thought you would be so joking. I would have laughed at you so hard. But it's true. They're shutting down at the end of the season, and it's a shame. I wish all the employees from Furniture Row Racing the best of luck. Hopefully they can find some jobs. And, of course, Mike Truex Jr., not really 100% confirmed yet, but most likely he's going to go to the 19 car replacing Daniel Suarez for next season at Joe Gibbs Racing. Oh, it was... Oh, yeah, that's right. It was 2005. My bad. But, yeah, just a shock to me. All right, Zach, you want to talk about the cars that you had at the museum this past week?
Sure.
All right, talk about this car.
Well, that's one of the newer ones that were out this previous Sunday. That's a 87 Grand Marquis station wagon.
This one?
That one is a 1947 Chrysler Windsor convertible. All original. Well, at least in the inside. The interior is all original. I'm not sure about the paint, though. Either it's been repainted at some sort of point in time, or it may still be original for all I know. All I know is that the interior is still completely bone stock original.
And this one?
That would be a 1951 Packard 300. Now, you may think this was a real police car, but really it's not. It was dressed up as a police car for either a TV show or a movie. So this car came out of the factory as a normal sedan when it was brand new back in the day.
Does the lights actually work?
Well,
no?
The lights do work, but the siren does not.
Okay, but the lights do work. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna joke to you. You should pull someone over one day. That would have been so funny. Oh my god, that would have been cool. What about the cars for this weekend, Zach?
Oh, about that, it's actually going to be closed this weekend.
For what?
Well, it's actually going to be closed for...
I gotta check something really quick, but keep talking.
Okay. Well, we see, it's actually going to be closed this Sunday due to a private event. In fact, it's actually going to be... They're actually not going to give rides for the next couple weeks, actually. Like, this Sunday, closed for a private event for a family. Then, the next Sunday after this one, there's going to be a Porsche meeting and car show, so I will be going to that one, though.
On that Sunday?
Yeah.
Huh. So you're not gonna be taking any rides for the next couple weeks, huh?
No. So the next time I'll be giving rides will be on September 23rd.
Yeah, basically in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Wait. Oh, good. Then you got. Oh God. See, Zach. Really, you should have made a dumb excuse like, I'm going to this car show this weekend, so I'm not gonna have time. Now look. Now, you see what Mom said? That's all your fault, Zach. Thanks a lot, dummy. You stupid crap. You dumb, stupid idiot. Dumb, retarded, dumb, you whatever. Am I throwing too much insults?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need a hug?
No.
Oh, okay. So just no rides, huh?
No.
Darn it! Okay, I'm just kidding. So, is there anything else that comes in your mind that you want to talk about, Zach, or just...
Well, honestly...
Before I get into my stories?
Here, how about you get into your story?
Really? I get to my airport stories right now?
Yeah.
You guys are going to enjoy this, alright, because... Where do I start, first off, okay? Because There was a lot that went on, not just on the way there, but even on the way back. So, let's, you guys sit back, because it's going to be fun. See, Zach's sitting back. So, you know, early Tuesday morning, I left. I got to the airport around 5 a.m. to check in my bags, go through security. No problem with that. That was no problem. Waited on my flight to... I had to take a layover flight to Chicago first and then go to Charlotte. But the flight out, you know, from LA to Chicago was good. No problems, no issues. I got to Chicago. As soon as I landed, I get a notification on my phone because I had like text alerts about my flights and status of them.
Uh-huh.
So apparently my second flight from Chicago to Charlotte got canceled. Don't know why, and I really don't know why, because see, that day in Chicago, big storms were coming in too. But it wasn't going to happen till later on that night. So I don't know why it got canceled. They could have easily flown out of Chicago to Charlotte easily a few hours before that storm came. So here I am, I'm like, okay, well, my flight got canceled, so I have to search for another flight. Of course, it wouldn't charge me because they're giving me options to get another flight out to Charlotte. So I found this other flight to go from, I found this other flight that was going to happen about 3 hours later. Okay, I'm going to be sitting at the airport for maybe another 3 extra hours. Whatever. As long as I get there, you know. So, so it was about, what? An hour, like around half an hour to an hour before I actually got on the second flight. Except with this flight, I had to actually take another layover flight to Washington, D.C., and then go to Charlotte afterwards. About around that time, all of a sudden that flight got canceled. Oh, wow. So I'm thinking, well, dang, am I going to leave this airport tonight? Or am I going to have to get a flight out? Am I going to spend the night at the airport in Chicago and get an early flight in the morning, the next morning, that Wednesday morning, to Charlotte? And then I would have to, like, check in really quick and then have to immediately go to 704 games. So I found this next flight to... Actually, that was direct flight to from Chicago to Charlotte. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this flight, but it was a really late flight. This flight was at 10 o'clock, but I was gonna get to Charlotte around 12:30 in the morning. So I think I'm gonna get to my airport around 1:15 in the morning. You know what I mean? Still very late, but as long as I get there. Well, unfortunately, all of a sudden this big storm came. I'm sitting at the airport. This big storm came. It just poured rain. Lightning was in the area. Strikes were coming down too around the airport. So unfortunately, all flights were on hold, including mine. So here I am again sitting at the airport, and I thought I was never gonna get out of that airport that night, because I'm just waiting, like, I'm looking out the window. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna take off tonight. Not with these storms. So all of a sudden I see the people that works at the airport just bringing out beds, like, oh man, I'm gonna be sleeping on one of them tonight, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, nah, it looks like I was looking at the radar on the phone too. I'm like, oh, it looks like there's a clear spot there. It looks like this storm might settle down a little bit, and then maybe we'll get to go.
Right.
Well, so unfortunately the flight kept getting delayed, and I'm just sitting at the airport like, oh my god, like, seriously, you know? So finally, around midnight in Chicago, we were finally going to get on the plane. And I'm just thinking, thank God, you know? Because the storm lit up a little bit. It was still raining, but there was no lightning in the area. That stopped. So it's like, okay, let's get going now before, just in case it comes back, you know?
Right.
So they got us on the plane. We're finally getting out to Charlotte. Land in Charlotte about an hour and a half later. which, by the way, the flight when I finally got on the plane, the flight out from Chicago to Charlotte, no problem. Finally get to Charlotte. It's probably around 2:30 in the morning. This is 2:30 in the morning. I get off the plane. I'm going to the baggage claim, only to find out my luggage never made it onto that plane. It made it onto the plane to the Washington, D.C. flight, and then Charlotte. So I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, like, you couldn't take a few hours? You did not have a few hours to switch my luggage to one flight to the other? You know what I mean?
That's stupid.
So I had to talk to, and by the way, guys, this is United Airlines. United Airlines, I've always had trouble with. So I went to the desk to tell them that, to ask them where my luggage was at. They put the confirmation number in. Yeah, it's still in Chicago, waiting to be on the first flight the next morning. And I'm like, okay, so I asked him, how do I get it? You know, how do I get my luggage? I'm like, well, we could do two things. You can come back in the morning after the luggage arrives, and you can come back to the airport, pick it up, or we can deliver it to your hotel. Or we can contact you, and then we can give you the options then. So then I went on to Wednesday, you know, visit 704 games. Oh, by the way, literally the next morning, that Wednesday morning, I had to go to Target to buy some clothes, just in case of my luggage never made it. So here's my luggage. I got two of my laptops, my recording stuff, and I wasn't so much worried about the clothes, to be honest with you. Because I went to Target just to go buy a couple of clothes, just for a couple of days, you know what I mean? So I got clothes, no big deal. I was more worried about my equipment.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, here's two of my laptops, here's all my recording stuff, my flash drives, my microphone, all that stuff. It's out somewhere in the country. It was in Chicago. So I went through. I got new clothes. I left Target, went back to the hotel, changed into new clothes. Got a shower first, changed into the new clothes. Which, by the way, let me remind you that I finally got to the hotel around 3:30 in the morning. I took a quick shower. 4 o'clock, I finally went to bed. I woke up at 6 a.m. to go to Target. They actually opened the Target over there at 6 a.m. So here I am, waking up at 6 a.m., only got 2 hours of sleep, having to go to Target that early that morning. Then come back to the hotel, take a shower, get into the new clothes, and then go meet 704 Games. After I met up with 704 Games that night, or that day, I went that night back to the airport because I'm like, ouch, you know what? I got nothing to do that night on Wednesday night. I'm just going to Uber over to the airport, just go pick up my luggage. So I went over there, got my luggage, Ubered back, and I had to literally check all my equipment, both my laptops, see if they work. Thankfully, all of them worked. But that was like another hour spending at in the hotel checking everything.
Yeah.
So finally, I got all my clothes, got my luggage, my equipment, all good to go. For the rest of the trip, Thursday, met up with 704 Games again. Then Friday, got to do that interview with the Facebook sports show, and went to NASCAR Hall of Fame. And then headed back to the airport. By the way, I will talk to you about part 2 of my traveling after we get into these next set of questions.
Okay.
First off, guys, shout out to those that are watching the talk show right now. Thank you all for stopping by. We got 25 minutes left. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the talk show so far. And hopefully all you guys are having a good day so far as well. But that's part 1. That's my travel on the way to Charlotte. Wait till you hear on the way back. Okay? Because on the way back, it gets better and better, okay? But we're going to get into these set of questions first. So, guys, if you have any questions for me or for Zach or for the both of us, feel free. Let's see what kind of questions we're going to get now. But My gosh, man. My gosh. Yes, I like William Byron. I like him. I like William Byron. I like William Byron.
Let's see. Would you rather drive old cars or play video games? Well, I like both though. I like driving old cars and playing video games. But if there was one thing I would want to do more, is to drive old cars.
Oh. My favorite IndyCar driver is Scott Dixon. Although I do like Ryan Hunter-Reay as well, but I like Alexander Rossi, but I like Scott Dixon more. Well, let me tell you, I don't know if I could give an exact price on all my equipment, but it's expensive. It's expensive stuff that I could have lost, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. You guys should legit do story time videos. Oh man, dude. We would have had a lot of stories. Yeah, I've made homemade pizza.
Oh yeah.
We've made homemade pizza.
Yeah, we do that every once in a while.
What's the back of NASCAR Heat 3 looks like? You mean the case? I can show it to you right now, actually. Ow.
Did you hurt yourself, Joe?
Yeah.
All right.
Is there any more questions, Jose?
I'm looking right now. No, we don't eat seafood.
Yeah, I don't like seafood. My mother does, and I don't like her for that because she cooks it in the house, and it's disgusting.
She would usually cook fish while you and I are gone.
Yeah, still disgusting. So this is what the back of NASCAR Heat 3 looks like. Oh god, start. You know what? I'm gonna get closer so it's not like all blurred. I can't get out of here.
Oh Jesus!
Stupid chair. Gosh. Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
This is what the back. Why is it not focusing? Gosh. Look. That's what the back looks like. Whatever. It's not completely focused, but you get the idea. Okay.
Hey, the reason why you couldn't get out of here because we have the desk so close to us.
No, we're fine. Okay. Then how did I get out fine the first time, or the last couple of times?
I don't know. Alright.
It wasn't the fact that it was a mess, it's just that I just couldn't get out of this chair for what reason. Let me see. Let's see. Here's the thing about legend difficulty on career mode. It is a challenge, and I do like challenges, but, you know, eventually I'll get to a 4 or 5 star team. It'll happen. But just gotta keep at it, you know what I mean? Yeah, apparently what I've been told by our mother is that we're gonna clean the garage this weekend. Like, do you realize how hot it's gonna be? Have you not seen the temperatures for this weekend? Let me explain to you what the weather is gonna be like, okay? It's gonna be 95 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. Mom, you're out of your mind. Yeah. I think the chair would have beat KSI and Logan Paul easily, both of them. Should have done it today. Excuse me, but you didn't do it either? Okay, so don't you just... anyways, more questions. I don't like that. I don't. Just keep your mouth shut. Mom, stop trying to agree with people's stuff. People's comments, okay? A Category 4 hurricane. Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't Hawaii recently, they had a big hurricane too. Hawaii got hit with a big hurricane. I think it was Category 4 as well, or 5. I don't remember. But you know. No, I've never been in a tornado. I've been through earthquakes and wildfires, that's all. From California? Yep. All right, we're gonna get to some more questions later on, but maybe in the final few minutes of the show. We got 20 minutes left of the show. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I just want to say that while you were gone to Charlotte throughout most of the week, I've been here filming a lot of PlayStation demo disc videos, and I would just say some of them took about an hour and a half to do, but I got them done, and they're scheduled to be uploaded next week.
Oh, I thought you already talked about that before. Did you not?
I didn't talk more about it because you wanted to get to. But yeah, that's basically what I did most of the week while you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot. Those videos were a lot of work to do, but I did it.
A lot of work to do. A lot of work. But Zach, I like the one Instagram post you made. I like the Instagram post you made, Zach.
Yeah.
What was it? I can't say it on. Wait. Oh gosh, darn it. Okay. One sec. I'm trying to get to it.
Oh my God, Joe.
Would you shut up? Would you shut up, Zach? Okay. Don't. Are you trying to rush me right now?
Kinda.
What? Excuse me. You will not rush me. Okay.
Okay.
I will eventually get there. Okay.
Just let me know if you want me to.
No, don't rush me. Okay. Finally, I'm here at your. Oops! I accidentally backed out.
Oh,
no.
good job.
No! I'm getting to you. I'm getting there. Oh yeah. So like Zach posted this like Facebook photo, like I've had a very, very long day at work today. So I'm very tired and all I just want to do is now go to bed. This was the same day I was stuck at the airport in Chicago for like 8 hours. I can't say too much of what I said here, but I'm just gonna give you an idea. Long day might beep. I've been stuck at an airport for hours. At least you were doing stuff than sitting and waiting and doing nothing. I'm bored as beep. That's what I said. And then you're like another delay? Seriously? And I'm like, yeah. So,
Wow.
seriously, Zach. Like, really? Hey, let me tell you something, Zach. If you were with me on this trip and you were stuck as well, you would have I'll be honest with you, you would have pitched a fit. I don't think you could handle being stuck at an airport.
Oh, no.
I think, honestly, Zach, I was sitting at the airport, and I'm just, like, thinking, what if Zach was with me? I guarantee you he would have pitched a fit about it, you know? But, you know, whatever. So, you ready for part 2?
Yes.
All right, so let me talk about my traveling out of Charlotte and heading back home. So, I had to take first off a layover flight to Washington, D.C., and then Washington, D.C. to L.A., you know. I had to take, so it was another layover flight. So the flight out from Charlotte, here's the thing. I got to Charlotte Airport, like, checked in my bags, went through security, no problem. Sitting at the gate waiting for my flight, except the plane was not there. So I'm thinking, where's the plane at? Well, apparently, I've already sat there for an hour. All of a sudden, I get a text alert saying that the plane that I was going to get on to go to Washington, D.C. is showing up late. Don't know why, but later I found out it was because of the storms up there around Washington, D.C. So, the plane showed up an hour late. But then I'm realizing I only have a 58-minute layover from the time I land in Washington, D.C. to getting on the plane back to L.A. So I'm like, oh, great. I'm not sure if I'm going to make my second flight at all. So here I am sitting at Charlotte Airport, already making plans that just in case if I'm going to miss my second flight, I'm already looking at other flights. You know what I mean? Hopefully there's maybe another flight later on. So I'm like, great, I'm going to have to look for another flight. So I found another flight that was going to take me back. Unfortunately, there was no more flights for the rest of that night. So I found the very first flight the next morning, the Saturday morning, but it was going to be at 8:15. At 8:15 flight back to LA. So I'm thinking, well, if I don't make my second flight, I'm already ready to go to spend the night at Washington, D.C. at the airport there. So we finally get on the plane from Charlotte to Washington, D.C. an hour late. But then all of a sudden we're sitting still at the gate. We're sitting on the plane. We're sitting at the gate. We're just thinking, what's the delay? Why? What? We're all of a sudden we're sitting on the plane for 45 minutes. What's the delay? Why are we still sitting here? We can take off now. It's fine, you know. Everybody's on the plane. Let's take off now. Finally, after 45 minutes, we take off. The flight on the way to Washington, D.C., I would say at times it was a little sketchy. There was strong winds.
Right.
So there was some turbulence. So I wouldn't say it was a smooth flight, but it wasn't bad. So finally, we land in Washington, D.C. We get to the runway. All of a sudden, they're on their way to the gate. Unfortunately, our plane comes to a stop, and we're sitting in the middle of the runway. I would say not exactly right on the runway, but basically the turn-off area.
Right.
So we're sitting there because they had to close the carousel because of lightning in the area. So all of a sudden, we're sitting in the carousel. We're sitting on the plane, waiting for them to get the clear to open up the carousel. All of a sudden, while we're sitting on that plane, this huge storm, this huge rain shows up. All of a sudden, lightning is around the airport. So we're thinking, oh my God, there's no way I'm for sure going to make my safe flight. What was good about that, because there was lightning in the area, all the other flights were on hold. So every 10 minutes, I was getting like these text alerts about my second flight status, that it's on hold, it's on hold, it's on hold, delay. I'm like, oh my God, keep it on hold. Maybe I'll actually make it to the second flight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we gotta get out of this plane first. So we're sitting, I was just praying that this plane was just going to be put on hold. And it kept, but yet I'm like, oh my God, like we're sitting on the plane waiting for this rain. They weren't so much concerned about the rain part. They were more concerned about the lightning, because it was strikes. It wasn't like flashes in the sky. These were literally strikes hitting the ground. So safety precautions for the workers out there working in the runway area. It was more safety on them, and of course, like I said, the carousel. You don't want the lightning to hit there. So finally, we're sitting on the plane for an hour, not going anywhere. Literally, I'm looking out the window. It's pouring rain. Strikes are coming down. About an hour in of sitting on that plane, the lightning finally lit up. It was still raining, but the lightning lit up. So they got the clear to open up the carousel. So finally the plane moves to the gate, to the carousel. Mind you, this is at 11 o'clock at night over there in Washington, D.C.
Right.
But yet, I keep seeing this plane, this second flight, was being put on hold. All of a sudden, when we finally get to the gate, the boarding is open for the second flight. So I'm like, oh crap. Like, I hope we get out of this plane very soon. Mind you, I was sitting at the back of the plane in this first flight.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my God. I'm not saying this out loud, but I'm in my mind, please guys, go, you know? So finally, 15 minutes, finally we start moving and people are leaving the plane. Finally, I'm leaving the plane. I get off that plane and I run through the carousel. I run through the gates. I'm literally in a sprint to make my second flight. I'm like, you know what? I know I already paid for, just in case if I had to pay for the second flight the next morning, but I'm at least going to give it a shot to see if I can make this second flight tonight, at that night. So here I am going on this sprint. I'm sprinting to make this flight. I am not missing this flight. I'm going to give it a shot. I get to the gate. I'm out of breath. I get to the counter and ask them, are you guys still boarding? They said yes. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, how, like, by how much? And they told me we were going to shut the doors in 2 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God. If I sat on that other plane for the next 2 minutes, I would have not made this flight back that night back to LA. So I'm like, after I told him I'm walking through the carousel to the plane, I'm just like, thank you so much. You know, like, thank God. I get on the plane, I sit down, Zach, and I'm sitting down just like, oh my God, thank goodness. I'm trying to catch my breath, and I'm just like, thank you so much, you know? Just like, so happy. I got lucky.
Yeah, you
Let me
did.
tell you something. I don't think I've ran that fast since we used to be involved in PE back in high school.
Oh, yeah.
That's how fast I ran. I haven't ran that fast since, but I was sprinting. But, so I made the second flight back to LA. Mind you, this is like, we finally take off. It's midnight in Washington, D.C. And I know by the time I land back in LA, it's going to be 2:30 in the morning. So, you know, 5.5 hours of flying back to LA. Just still thankful that I made that flight back because I was not wanting to wait till the next morning. So we finally land back in LA around 2:30 in the morning. Here's the thing though. My luggage did not make it on that flight. But I will say this is understandable because my luggage was on the flight from Charlotte to Washington, D.C.
Right.
And it literally didn't have enough time to, and I guarantee this happened to several other people too. They didn't have enough time to put my luggage from the first flight over to the second flight. Cause what? I didn't. I would say the time I got off the plane, the first plane, to the time that the plane started moving, it was about 10 minutes. So not a lot of time to go from one plane to the other to move the luggage. That one I can understand more than the one that happened on the way to Charlotte, because obviously they didn't have enough time to load every luggage to that plane. So I'm like, no problem. They could just send my luggage to the house. I'm going home. It's not like I need all my clothes and equipment urgently, you know? So I get to LA. I talk to the people at the desks to tell them, hey, my luggage is still on the last flight, but you remember the flight I told you that I was going to take the next morning just in case if I didn't make it on the second flight?
Yeah.
That's where the luggage went. It went on that flight. So the luggage was going to land to LA the next morning, but I'm like, that's fine. I'll just give you my address, my contact information. Let me know when the luggage is in LA, and then they'll deliver it to the house. So here I am getting back home. You know, I got to my car around 3 a.m. and I got home around 3:45 in the morning. I went to bed at 4:30 in the morning because I took a shower, went to bed at 4:30 in the morning. I think I slept till 9 a.m., so I only got 4.5 hours sleep, but I was fine. I was fine.
Yeah.
And then my luggage showed up at the house later on that day. So, see, like I said, I can understand that they didn't make it in time to put the luggage from one plane to the other because it was, like I said, 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So that I can understand. But thankfully, I was just going home. So at least my luggage is going home. Even though it's not coming home with me at the time, it's at least going to come home. So, that was my traveling experience. The trip to Charlotte itself was good. The traveling part, both trips on the way there and on the way back, horrible. Horrible. I would never, ever try as best as I can to never do connecting flights ever again. Since we're 25 now, we can rent cars. Like, let's say we go to Daytona again. You know how you can't go straight from... You know with Delta, you can't go from L.A. to Daytona? Right. You have to either go from L.A. to Atlanta and then to Daytona, or you can land in Orlando. Orlando is just an hour away from Daytona. If we have to land in Orlando, and rent a car, that's fine with me, you know? But, you know, it's less of a hassle to worry about missing your next flight.
Yeah.
Taking connecting flights. I'd rather my flight get delayed if I was only doing a non-stop flight. I'd rather that, because at least you're still not worried about missing your next flight if you're taking connecting. But I would never do United Airlines again either.
No.
United Airlines, they are so inconsistent with telling you stuff, with instructions.
United is the worst.
No, I swear to God, instruction-wise, the employees there. One employee would tell you one thing, the other employee would tell you another thing, and then another employee would tell you another thing. They are so inconsistent with their instructions. It's so bad. So I'm like, oh my God, never United again. I'll take American, I'll take Delta from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my traveling experience.
Yeah, so again, United Airlines is the worst.
United Airlines is terrible. It is awful. Just because the way they handle things, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
A lot of people were really upset when we were taking off in Charlotte, why the plane was getting delayed. The people were getting upset because they knew they were taking connecting flights.
Yeah.
So they were getting upset. Why is it delayed? Why is it delayed? Why is it delayed? But till they finally told us, you know, it's like, why couldn't you just tell us that right off the beginning? All right, so anyways, that was my traveling experience. Great stories, right? There and back. All right, we got less than 5 minutes left of the talk show. Shout out to those that has been watching the talk show. Thank you all for stopping by watching today. But let's get into some questions to finish off the talk show. If you have any questions for me or for Zach or for the both of us, feel free. And let's see what kind of questions we're going to get.
Let's see.
That's probably the most I've talked about a story in this talk show, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But there was so much that happened. That's why I said at the beginning of my story time, like, where do I start, you know? Because so much happened. I'm ready for... Well, I've already been ready for NASCAR Heat 3. What was your favorite thing that you had to eat in Charlotte? See, I didn't really try out too many restaurants when I was out in Charlotte. I know I went out to dinner to 704 Games with 704 Games that Wednesday night at some Mexican restaurant. I can't remember what it's called. But the rest of the time, I just ate at Buffalo Wild Wings. It was good. It was good. So I can't complain. What was my favorite part about going to Charlotte? When I finally got there, and no issues over there. You know what I mean? I think you've been to Charlotte a couple times. It's nice. It's a nice town.
Yeah.
I like Charlotte. I like going around there.
What is my favorite classic Ford vehicle? Well, it will either be a 70s model Ford F-150 truck.
Yeah, I'll be streaming on my Twitch channel this week. I'm actually doing like a NASCAR Heat 3 stream. Like, I'll do some online racing with some of my fans. I'll be doing both consoles this weekend. Tomorrow night, I'm going to do it for Xbox One, and then Saturday night, I'm going to do online racing on PS4. So, yeah, Xbox One Friday night, PS4 Saturday night. If you guys want to, if you guys get NASCAR Heat 3 anytime this weekend, whether Friday or Saturday, if you want to come race online, do some online racing with me, you're more than welcome to. Yeah. No. Don't ask that question. Stop it. Don't. You saw that question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, stop it. Let's see. Yep, football starts tonight. The regular NFL season. Yep.
When does NBA start?
NBA starts next month.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna end off the talk show here, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to this week's talk show. We will be back next Thursday. We actually have a special guest next Thursday. Danny Dugan. He works at marketing and design for Ryan C Racing, and possibly possibly we might get Ryan Sieg on the talk show, either that or in chat next week, and that'll be cool. So we got a couple of special guests next week, but that'll be next Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Lombard Bros Gaming YouTube channel. You guys stay tuned. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your evening. Joseph Lombard, a.k.a. N2SC4 with Zachary Lombard, a.k.a. Mag number 5. See you next week on another Lombard Bros Talk Show. Take care, and bye-bye.